Oh.
Hello.
Hi.
My apologies. I'm so sorry. I've been like rushing trying to get home. I'm like, oh my gosh. But thank you for taking the time and thank you for your patience.
Of course.
But how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing? Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay,
Can
good.
you hear me?
Yes, I'm just putting my phone on.
Let me get my thing. I need to make sure the time. Okay. So hey everyone, thank you. So my name is Crystal, and today's guest is Miss Ashley Allen,
Hello.
and today she's going to give more insight to her virtual assistance business and drop some gems. So thank you. So I'm gonna give the floor to Miss Allen.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ashley Alleyne, and like Crystal said, I own a virtual assistant agency called Overwhelmed Organized Virtual Assistants, where we offer admin and social media management to coaches and consultants. And yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Thank you. So like, what motivated you to start and bloom you out your comfort zone?
So I get asked that a lot. So my background is in school psychology, and everyone wants to know, like, how did you go from being a school psychologist into owning a virtual assistant agency? And surprisingly, the skills overlap, right? So I'm still using a lot of the skills that I was using as a school psychologist. You have to be extremely organized. You have to be responsive. You have to be on top of your emails. You have to make a safe environment for students to talk to you and also teachers to talk to you. So a lot of those skills I'm using in my business. I was also running meetings, preparing meetings, writing notes, all the things. So I'm literally doing all of that within the business. And the biggest thing for me um, is creating a safe space for my clients to really open up, because as a virtual assistant, you're your client's right hand, and um, they're opening up your business to you. They're sharing their vulnerabilities, where they need help, what they really don't understand. And
Mhm.
as the virtual assistant, you have to make them feel comfortable enough to do that. So I pride myself on doing that very well, which is thanks to my skills as a psychologist.
Okay. So like, how did you start getting your first client?
So my first two clients were friends of mine, and thankfully, yes, they trusted me with their business, which I really appreciated. When I was still, learning how to be a business owner and incorporating, my skills. So
Mhm.
my first client was a close friend of mine. He owns a business, and then my second client was actually one of my coworkers at the school, and she runs her own education consultant business outside of work at the time. And I was like, oh, let me help you. So I kind of just like pitched my services, and I was like, I can manage your social media for you. And she's been rocking with me ever since. She's actually my longest standing client currently. So she's been
Okay.
with me from October of 2022 all the way up until the present. So yeah.
Okay. So like, what are some like misconceptions of like of working with virtual assistants or like, and also like within the industry, virtual assistants?
So the biggest, in my opinion, is that a lot of people like to get virtual assistants that are outside of the United States. And I
Oh.
pride myself on having virtual assistants that are US based. I do have one person that is in Nigeria, but a lot of people focus on the Philippines. And I'm like, listen, don't sleep on Africa because Africa definitely has some talented VAs as well. And she has been such a tremendous support for myself and as well as my clients. And it's also like people don't, the biggest misconception is in terms of the pricing. So
Mhm.
they say, oh, you could just hire a virtual assistant from the Philippines and pay them $4 an hour, right? I do not charge $4 an hour, full disclosure. Um, but the quality of work that you're getting is significantly different. In addition
Mhm.
to the language barrier, the culture barrier, certain things that they just aren't going to understand. And I pride myself on being an agency. Like, we're not just the doers, we're also the brains. I'm
Okay.
also a certified business coach. So we can talk strategy, we can talk, different things that you could be implementing within your business in order for it to grow even faster. So that's my special sauce that I like to include. And you may or may not get that, when you outsource to other agencies or especially out the country.
Okay. Okay. I like that. See? So like, let me see. I have my notes. So like, what are some like resources or tools that you work with or would like to recommend or just help
Yeah,
people?
definitely. So, a few of the tools that I typically share are Asana, which is a project management system, and that's what my team and I use both internally and with our clients for them to review and approve work.
Mhm.
So Asana is a big thing that I'm using absolutely daily. That's how I plan my day. That's where I have all of my tasks that I need to do, tasks that I need to review from the team. And it's a great way for you to communicate with internally and with your clients. Another platform is called Loom. That's Loom. And it's a video platform where you can record your screen. And especially in the VA world, I like to tell my clients, oh, use Loom and you could record a video on how to actually perform a specific task. So
Okay.
that way you can share it. You can literally share the link of that video with anyone and they'll be able to view it. And it's extremely helpful when you're looking to maintain the quality of work that you're receiving. If you're able to record a video and walk your VA through, the step by step process. So that's super helpful. Um,
You you
Sorry,
said
go
the
ahead.
you said is what's that? You said Bloom?
Loom,
Gloom?
Loom,
Loom? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna write
LOOM.
it down.
Yeah, Loom. It's definitely helpful. I use it all the time whenever I'm recording like training videos for my team. And I also encourage my clients to do the same as well versus like trying to like verbally explain something. I'm a visual learner, so it's super helpful for me and the team. And then another platform that I like to share is called LastPass. So LastPass is how we can share passwords in a protected and a security way to
Hmm.
ensure your passwords are secure. So that's what I use in order to distribute the passwords amongst the team. And you have the option of if the person can either view or not view the password. So again, it helps with you securing your password and making sure that you don't have to change your password, like if you lose a VA or something like that. So it's a secure platform as well.
Okay. I also gotta check out Asana out. Help me or get myself in organized personal and business.
Sure, yeah, it's amazing. I use it, and I use a free version of Asana. Like you don't even have to pay; they give you free up to a certain number of users. Yeah, so
Yes.
definitely you better get in on that free version.
Oh shoot. I do not mind free. Like it will help me, I would like to use more tools and implement more tools in my business as well. So like let me see. So like what are the current trends like within the virtual assistant? I know you was like offering like resources, but like what's the upcoming trend?
So describe what you mean by trends, because I want to make sure I'm answering the right way. Tell me what you
I
mean by trends.
mean meaning like like what's new in the industry? Like I noticed there's more. I know this is controversial, but like AI,
Mhm.
how is so like is that like the new trend and more trend?
So actually, speaking of trends, some of the bigger like entrepreneurs that I follow, they have mentioned how they've been getting rid of their VAs, and I know that's kind of controversial, but they've been getting rid of their VAs because of AI and how impactful that AI is. And one of the things that I can say, especially is AI has changed the way like we operate and how I do my work because it is extremely valuable. It cuts the time down on a task that used to take an hour can now take you 15 minutes, right?
Mhm,
As long as you are able to prompt it well. So especially when we're coming up with, say, like some of our clients, we create like email templates for them, right? You can simply plug into ChatGPT, for example, all of the pieces that you want to include within that email. You can put in the tone of voice. You can say, I want it to be friendly, I want it to be professional, etc. And then it will literally spit out an email for you within seconds, right? And then you just go in and tailor it, or you can continue to prompt it until you get it to your liking. But it has significantly cut the time in half, sometimes more than half, on what something would traditionally take much longer to do. It's also great for research, but
mhm,
starting research, right, and not just heavily relying on that because it is human programmed.
mhm.
So there is some room for mistakes and errors. So you do have to do your due diligence, but it can be a great starting point for research. But the biggest thing as a VA is to stay on top of all of the upcoming trends in technology because you can use it to market yourself better, especially being well versed within AI. So that's could be like your secret sauce.
And also, I feel like there's also when it comes compared to like an AI, we're still humans. We need communications, feedback, and like, I understand like AI offers a various amount of ideas, but we still, it's business to business or like business versus to customers.
Yeah, and you need some people they want the feedback, they want the person that they can bounce ideas off of and things like that. Some people could do it with AI. Some people prefer an actual person that can speak back to them. So it just depends on your preference. And if you are valuable, and you come with the skill set of already knowing AI, then you're that more likely to have a more lasting relationship with the client.
Okay, okay. Yes. Let me see. So like what are some ways of virtual assistants? I know you was talking about earlier, but like what's some more ways it can help small businesses to achieve their goals?
Definitely. So the biggest thing for me is understanding that as a small business owner, being a solopreneur is unsustainable, right? Because you are eventually going to get to the point where you're now turning down opportunities simply because you don't have the capacity to say yes. And that's what I've been seeing with a lot of clients that come to me and that are looking to work with me is because they're like, well, I missed a deadline because I didn't even get to check my email. And by the time I checked my email, the opportunity had long since passed. And I don't want that. I want you to be able to say yes. I want you to be able to know that opportunities are even coming your way because you're on top of things as simple as your email, right? As a solopreneur, you're literally the only person operating in the business, which means that you eat, sleep, and breathe the business. And without you, the business doesn't run. When you have the support of a virtual assistant, that will not be the case, right? You can take a day off, you can take a mental health day, you can go to a simple appointment, and and things just won't stop. Like the business won't stop, and that's the beauty about it. It's like you get to start running the business instead of having the business run you and run your life.
Mhm. Okay. So like for someone who's interested in becoming a virtual assistant, like what are some tips or like what is your advice?
I would
Let me make.
say if you are looking to become a virtual assistant, start looking inward at the skills that you already possess, right? Like I mentioned at the beginning, well, I'm still a licensed school psychologist, and I'm using the skills that I've learned throughout my schooling, throughout my experience as a school psychologist within my career. I'm still using that today as a virtual assistant and as a virtual assistant agency owner, right? I'm using a lot of those skills. So a lot of our skills are transferable. And sometimes we don't realize what our superpowers are. Sometimes it takes for outside people to tell us. Um, but I would ask like my friends, like if I were to start a business or if I was to start my VA business, what types of services do you think I would be great at, doing? And
That's a good question.
yeah, ask five of your friends, five of your closest friends, and you'll be surprised at the answers that they give you because they might say things that you've never even thought of. And that would be a great place to start. And in terms of getting clients, so that would help you kind of learn about the services that you can provide because I
Hmm.
don't provide everything, but you can provide specific services that you know that you're good at as a virtual assistant to other people. And then once you're clear on, the services that you want to start out with, then I would say look at some of your friends that are already entrepreneurs. So it could be your friends, it could be your family, and ask them like, hey, can I help you out? And if they can either pay you or you can do it for free, just so that you can get the skill set down. But
Hmm.
pitch it to them and see what they say. The worst that they could say is no, and then even if they say no, you just go on to the next person. So, how I started, I legit drafted a message in my notes on my phone, and I sent it to every single person in my contact list on my phone. I texted them and I said, "Hey, I'm starting this new business. This is what it is. Here's my Instagram." And I asked for two things. I said, either, share my business with someone else that you know that's an entrepreneur, or if you have a business and you would like my support, let's talk. So you're either asking for a referral or you're asking for the business directly. So you get the two options. And that's how I got started. And that's how I got my two first clients that were friends of mine.
I like that. I like how message everyone. You bloomed out your comfort zone and started messaging everyone and be like, hey, I started a business and, gave them your contact and be like, hey, I'm here if you need me. I love that.
Yep.
So like, so what's next? So like what's upcoming? So what's the next project?
So right now, I literally just sent out a proposal this morning to a new VA that I'm bringing onto my team. So I'm now bringing on a
Mm-mm.
third team member. So I'm excited to onboard her next week and officially welcome her to the team, and start utilizing her skill set. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then in terms of new projects, I have three new clients starting in August. So I'm looking forward to that. August, people are coming back from vacation and they're ready to hit the ground running. So
Mhm.
I have a few clients starting within the first and second week of August. So I'm looking forward to bringing them on board and giving them the support that they're looking for.
Okay, two more questions.
Okay.
The last question is, so like what's your favorite place to travel to or what's on your travel list?
So a place that I'm dying to go to, well, two places that I'm dying to go to are Greece and Bali. Those are
Greece
the
and
two. Bali.
Bali. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I want to go in their bungalows. Be near the water for once.
Yeah, I want to do that swing, that everybody does. I want to do that. Yeah,
Yes, that looks fun. It do kind of look scary from the
yeah,
ledge, but
it does.
shoot,
I want to
like
see
I
what it
want to be
really looks
in.
like.
Yeah. But yeah, Greece, Santorini, that's also on my bucket list. So last question, how can everyone find you?
Sure. So you can either add me as a friend here on Facebook at Ashley Alleyne. That's Ashley. Last name Alleyne. Or you can find me on Instagram. I'm most active on Instagram at
Okay.
overwhelmed2to organized underscore VA.
Okay. Well, thank you, Miss Elaine. I I want to check back with you in the future, and thank you for taking the time. And I want to, hopefully, I want to, if a friend come along, yes, I'm gonna most definitely recommend, and hopefully more future projects coming soon.
Thank
So
you so
thank you
much.
for your
Thank
time.
you so much for having me. So I really appreciate you sharing your platform with me.
My pleasure. Have a good evening
You too.
and good weekend.
All right.
Bye.